Now, all that said, last night's game, the win that they ultimately got on the final drive, and, I don't know whether to save this for airing of grievances or not, but it was a big issue in the game. And any time that it's glaring, I want to point it out because the NFL needs to embrace, whether they call it booth umpire, sky judge, or come up with some other name. And I know they're concerned about what the full parameters would be of an extra member of the official in the booth who has the power to talk to the referee and say there was a foul that you should have called or there was a penalty that shouldn't have been called. And they're concerned about, holding flags being thrown by the sky judge through the referee. I don't – that's for them to figure out how to get the margins of it right. The meat and potatoes guts is having someone in place when 15 yards of field position is surrendered for a face mask that did not happen.
Yeah, I hear you.
Did not happen.
Right.
When you have the technology available, and we all see it, and the middle-aged folks with no helmets, no pads, trying to survive among the gladiators while it's all whizzing by them, and they see a head movement that is consistent with a face mask.
Yeah, right.
So they just think he must have been face masked, even though I didn't see it with my two eyes.
Right.
It must have been because of the way his head moved. Here's the flag. That's why you need someone who can say, hey, Bill, you know what? Looked like a face mask. Wasn't a face mask. That 15 yards makes a huge difference. Now, look, it would have been 3rd and 1 on the 38. Maybe they would have converted. Maybe they would have kept going. But when you take it from 3rd and 1 and you got 1st and 10 on the plus side of the 50, that's a gift.
Game changer.
An undeserved, unwarranted gift. And it's so easily fixable that's what makes it even more inexcusable. And it mars the outcome of the game. It undermines the integrity of the game. It undermines the integrity of the wagers being placed through the 7 sports books with whom the NFL currently has partnerships. You see all these DraftKings commercials. There's the NFL Shield. I mean, at some point, they need to be concerned about the integrity of the game and the integrity of the wagering on the game. You can't make $1 billion a year, which they expect to make by the end of the decade, off of wagering with not worrying more about making sure that every outcome and every bet and every prop and every spread and every over-under is not undermined by fixable officiating mistakes. And that one last night, Chris.
Easy fix.
And I don't know what it would cost to have this.
Not that much.
When you're paying $64 million a year
right.
to your public pin cushion who takes all the flack so you guys can hide behind the curtain and not have to take any grief because the commissioner will stand up there and take all the slings and arrows. If that job's worth $64 million a year, I think they can afford what is a far more important job to ensuring the integrity of the game and the integrity of the wagering on the games.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there, Mike. I am. I mean, again, that's just like it's a horrible call to have that, in that point of the game, like you said, where it's an easy fix. I mean, it really is. That'd be an easy fix. There's no doubt about it. Hey, blah, 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 referee, wasn't face mask. Take your time here, give a little conversation. I'm sure they might even show the replay on the board here, but it wasn't a face mask. He grabbed his jersey. It just looked like it. His head went, and boom. I mean, yes, but that's just unfortunate. It stinks. It stinks when you're in a great game like that, and then it comes down to a play like that where, yeah, it's gifted. It's gifted. And, yeah, it would have been 3rd and 1, like you said, with the Chiefs. But, I mean, again, nothing's a guarantee with the Chiefs right now. Nothing. Right. So you can't say that. I mean, we just
don't know. We don't know what would happen.
You don't know, right?
Don't know
I mean, we think 3rd and 3 at the goal line is automatic touchdown pass from Patrick Mahomes. Not this year. It's automatic, almost turnover by the Chiefs every time. So, yes, I'm with you all the way, man. And I just think it's an easy fix. And you're right. It's just stupid. It's pennies what it would cost them on the big scheme of things.
And what. It's funny, too, because when I point that out, the reaction by some is, oh, you must have money on the Giants. I picked the Chiefs to win. But I want the game to be decided by the players and the coaches, not by officials who make mistakes.
Right.
Now, look, and it seemed like after every play last night, I looked down at the bug at the bottom, and I just expected it to go yellow in the corner and flag to come up, because every play it was flag, flag, flag. If they're committing fouls, then you need to throw the flag. But if they're not committing fouls and you're giving up 15 yards of field position, that's and it's fixable, that's a problem. And
that's another issue with the Chiefs.
It's funny because I was talking to my wife about this last night, because she's a casual fan. She said, well, it was a close game. What happened? So it's like, well, you made the mistake of asking me, so you're going to hear all about it now.
Right.
And, I just wonder, do they care? Do the stewards of the game care? Do they care about getting all of this right? Or is their attitude, it's fine. They'll keep watching the games. They'll keep showing up for the games. They'll keep following their teams. Because you know what? Bad calls are part of it. Hey, sometimes a bad call goes against you. Sometimes it goes for you. And it's a weird mindset, but I think it makes much more sense to strive to get it right, especially when the answer is so easy. Now, it could be that they truly are concerned about trying to fix it because they're too incompetent to fix it right. The buzzword is unintended consequences when they do something like this.
Yeah.
I think that's cover for, you know what? Look at what we did with pass interference replay review in 2019. We're probably going to screw it up. We're probably going to make it worse. So, that leaky pipe in the bathroom that we got to put a little pot under every once in a while, that's better. That's better than us trying to fix it and flooding the whole house. Now look, it looked like, it looks like the way
the body
he moves,
language
it looks like a face
it.
mask.
I get it.
And it's like the hand hit the bottom of it and the head went that way. But it's prime reason to have the procedure in place to say it wasn't. And how long would that take? How long would it take? Hey, Bill, it wasn't. Pick it up. It's that simple. You can do it in the 40 seconds between plays.
We see it all the time. We see it all the time. And it's a lot of the times it's not even a guy in the stadium. It's New York telling them. So it's like it's easy. And like, Mike, I'm with you. I think at some point, the game is not a perfect game. It is imperfect. So I think there is a little bit of that old school thought in the NFL that like, hey, it's just, sometimes you get a call, sometimes you don't. That's great. That was cool in 1985. We're out of that, aren't we? Like, let's evolve as a sport. Let's not waste a chain link to like figure out the first down. Let's not have 74 cameras to figure out if the ball crossed the most important line on the field. Let's figure it out and spend that, because to your point, Mike, and I'm a traditionalist, but like the game world has changed, and it's just going to cause more issues for them in the end. It's going to cause more issues.
That's the thing that they need to realize.
Yeah,
and
because
the fact that they got Congress up their butts over the Washington football team investigation is the glimpse as to what's going to happen eventually with gambling.
Yeah,
and
no doubt.
And you can't say then, well, that's just the way we've always done it.
Yeah.
Or, we accept a certain amount of error from our officials because it's human nature. It's human errors. It's human factors. And that's part of what makes our game great. No, it's not. And as to the whole 10 yards of chain link to determine a first down, I know for a fact that there are people high up in the league who love the moment when that chain gets pulled and put down, that's built-in drama. Everybody's like, oh, is it going to make it? Is it not going to make it? And
no, it's boring. It's boring is what it is. And it's
my
kid wants to hit start, and the kids and me, I want to hit A, B, X, whatever. So I don't need to see the measuring on the video game. Just let's play the game. Like nobody wants to see it. Move on. Yeah. Move on and get it more exact. And there's too much money riding on it. And you're going to open up Pandora's box to where everybody's going to be like, man, this doesn't seem right. This one team got all the calls today. Like it's not right. Sky Judge could have fixed that last night. Sky Judge could fix some of the dumb calls we see where, the quarterback got hit in the head and you realize he got hit in the upper shoulder or something. Like, there's so many ways where he could just make the game cleaner, and it's going to help them avoid controversy. I don't know how we got down this road, but either way.
No, it's important.
Yeah.
It's important because they want us to shut up. Next bright, shiny object is coming Thursday night, although Jets Colts not as bright and shiny as maybe it could be. Not like last week, but still. Hey, don't get bogged down with the inefficiencies and the mistakes. Let's focus on the fact that, we got more football to come and more football to come and more football to come.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.